The call came just after sunrise, and the fear in the doctor's voice told me everything before he finished speaking. My wife had been admitted to a Las Vegas hospital, and the next few hours would be critical. I packed a single bag, booked the first available flight, and told no one where I was going. During every mile of that journey, I believed our son and daughter would already be beside her, holding the woman who had devoted her entire life to them. Instead, I stepped into a silent hospital room where only machines answered my questions. A nurse looked at me with quiet sympathy before admitting neither child had visited for days. She had seen their smiling party photos online. If they could abandon their own mother, what else had they been hiding from me all along? Before that hospital room shattered my faith, we had built a life many people only dreamed about. My wife and I spent decades choosing family before comfort, responsibility before luxury, and love before ourselves. She celebrated every small victory our children achieved, often sacrificing her own wishes so theirs could survive. We paid tuition without complaint, helped them purchase their first cars, settled unexpected debts, and encouraged ambitions that stretched far beyond our own opportunities. None of it felt like a burden because they were our children. Then something quietly changed. Phone calls became shorter before disappearing altogether. Visits turned into excuses. Every conversation eventually circled back to financial help. I noticed the distance growing, but my wife always smiled gently and reminded me they were busy building their futures. I wanted to believe her hope. Looking back, I realized love sometimes delays painful truths until they can no longer be ignored. The deeper I looked, the harder it became to protect the image I had carried for years. Hospital administrators gently explained that several medical invoices remained unpaid, despite the emergency funds I had transferred to my children only weeks earlier. One nurse quietly mentioned that kind neighbors and church volunteers had spent more time comforting my wife than her own family. Those words stayed with me. Later that evening, I opened social media and found photographs of luxury hotel suites, elegant dinners, designer shopping bags, and crowded nightclubs. The dates matched the days my wife had been lying alone. I never confronted them. Anger would have clouded what truth required. Instead, I gathered receipts, saved messages, reviewed bank transfers, and recorded every timestamp without saying a word. What they never considered was simple. Every lie eventually leaves evidence, and every hidden decision creates a trail that someone patient can follow. My children finally walked into the hospital room after learning I had arrived. For one brief moment, I expected relief, concern, perhaps even remorse. Instead, my son immediately asked what would happen to the family accounts, while my daughter questioned whether I would continue paying their expenses. Neither of them looked toward their mother's bed before demanding answers about money. When I reminded them she was still fighting for her life, one quietly accused me of overreacting and trying to make them feel guilty. I said nothing. I simply listened. Every selfish sentence stripped away another excuse I had invented on their behalf over the years. In that moment, I understood something I would never forget. The loudest people in the room often mistake silence for weakness. They believed they had won the conversation. I had quietly decided everything was about to change forever. Rather than arguing, I met with lawyers, accountants, hospital administrators, choosing patience over confrontation. Together, we collected financial records, medical reports, witness statements, bank histories, and digital evidence. Every document confirmed the same painful pattern. I updated legal paperwork, protected our remaining assets, and followed every requirement the law demanded. Meanwhile, my children carried themselves with complete confidence. They believed my silence meant surrender, not preparation. I never corrected that assumption because truth requires timing as much as evidence. Quietly, each signature, each report, and each verified record strengthened the foundation beneath my next decision. Their confidence would soon become the biggest mistake of their lives, though they still smiled as if nothing had changed. I simply waited for the right moment to let the facts speak for themselves completely. The family mediation began with quiet confidence from my children. They assumed another discussion would end with another financial rescue. Instead, every document I had patiently collected was placed before the mediator. Hospital records confirmed my wife's condition. Bank transfers showed where my money had gone. Phone records revealed unanswered calls. Financial statements exposed luxury spending during the very days their mother had been left alone. Witness statements completed the picture without anger or exaggeration. One by one, every explanation lost its strength because facts asked for nothing except honesty. The mediator acknowledged my efforts to protect my wife, our finances, and our future within the law. Control of every remaining asset returned entirely to us. No one insulted my children. No one needed to. The truth carried enough weight by itself. I never raised my voice. Quiet dignity accomplished what outrage never could, and justice finally found its rightful place. My wife slowly regained her strength, and each small improvement felt more valuable than anything money could ever purchase. My children eventually realized that apologies cannot instantly repair trust broken through repeated choices. Wealth can always be earned again, but respect must be deserved through consistent actions. I chose peace instead of carrying bitterness because resentment would have stolen what remained of our future. Our family would never return to what it once was, yet truth restored something equally important: dignity. If this story leaves you with one lesson, let it be this: the greatest inheritance parents leave behind isn't money. It's the example of how to live with honor.